Kevin, that was a good, hard working point, wasn't it, for Blues today?
Yeah, it was. I think obviously the first half conceding when we did, and they dominated the game, to be fair to them, and we struggled to get a foothold in the game, and we had to change it during the first half, and in the second half I thought we'd come out much better and more on the front foot, and created some good chances ourselves.
Was that the key, the change in formation at the break?
We changed it before the break,
yeah.
But we could tweak things properly at half time.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and it allowed us a bit of pressure up top, and so it worked well. But for a couple of loose passes in the final third, we might have had another one before we scored, and one off the crossbar. But at the same time, they had chances as well. So, looking at an overall picture of it and what we've had to deal with this week in terms of injuries and people dropping out, and that's the prep changed yesterday, of course, in that, like moving Harry Taylor and Wes coming out and Coates not able to be. So it's a huge point in terms of what we dealt with away from home, coming from behind again, and as good as last week's result was, that's probably as good.
Yeah, you've had to dig really deep, haven't you? Bearing in mind you've only got once again 2 on the bench for the Blues.
Yeah, no, exactly, and these are a real good side. They're a very good side, and they look after the ball ever so well, and tactically they're good. So we had to change, and I think once we enforced our game on them a little bit, we started to create more, and 1 or 2 of the turnovers that we did, and create chances for ourselves.
He hasn't scored just recently. How pleased were you that the top goal scorer was back on it today?
Yeah, pleased, because he works ever so hard and leads the line brilliantly, and hasn't had loads of chances recently. So to be in around the 6-yard box and for it to drop to him and finish was delight for him, and for how he leads the line, he's been brilliant.
And at the other end of the park, coming into great duty, was David Martin. He continues to impress despite his age. Yeah,
listen, he's a top keeper, and he's played at a level that tells you that. And all his career he's played for good teams and at a good level. And not only is he brilliant around the place, but he's still a very, very good goalkeeper, and he showed that today.
You touched on it there, just comparing 7 days ago, it was a massive victory against Chesterfield, but this was equally as impressive.
Yeah, for different reasons, of course.
Yeah.
And we had 8,500 nearly cheering us on last week, and the energy within the stadium was there for us. And today's different, of course. We had a great following, absolutely, but it's a different game, and sometimes you've got to get results playing slightly differently. We want to dominate the ball, but not always the case, and they do it ever so well here. And their form's good here, and they cause teams a lot of problems, and they continue to do so, because the position there in the leagues, that's no fluke, because they were well coached and some very good players.
You were without Wes Fungook and Ollie Coker today. How serious are those injuries?
Don't know. Wes tweaked his hamstring yesterday. Ollie Coker's got a quad injury, so we'll get in again Monday and see where we're all at, and count the wounded and see who's available for next week.
You just desperately need this takeover to go through, and desperately need this transfer embargo to be lifted.
Yeah, we do. That's it's obvious, and we're juggling things in terms of who's registered, who's not registered, and this is the thing what you can't deal with on a daily basis, because injuries are going to happen. The pitches are getting slightly heavier, the weather changes, so everyone gets injuries. Every club gets injuries. What we can't do is look to the bench and go, we've got to change this. And I'm holding on to subs because people are cramping up at the end, and I'm going, I can't do it till late just to see who's going to drop, or who's going to be the one that we got to take off. And it's so difficult, but all credit to the players for they could have gone under today, but they never do.
Appreciate your time. Well done today.
Cheers, thank you.
Going to say about the fans in the far corner, it's an incredible journey, incredible support again.
No, absolutely, and it's cold and it's open over there, and it's to travel up and support us the way they do is a testament to them. And I'm glad we could give them something to cheer, because it was a disappointing one here last year, and I'm sure 1 or 2 will stay up and enjoy their night, and have enjoyed their night last night. So pleased we can send them home something that they can cheer for.
Was Ollie injured quite late on in the week? Was that quite a late change?
Well, Ollie didn't train till Thursday, because he was carrying it a little bit. Trained Thursday but had to pull out of training. Wes was yesterday when we trained on the way up.